46, underground Mississippi. After 9 months of hiding her pregnancy, Miss Johnny Mae Lightfoot gave birth to a bouncing baby girl. She named her Pamela.
My mother had an affair with the pastor, Reverend Lovemaker. If the church found out, they would kick off the usher board, so she couldn't give me his last name or hers. She named me after the first thing she saw. I see a van outside. That's what your last name gonna be. Okay, baby, I gotta go back to work. There's a bottle in the fridge. Feed yourself. Honey, my mama worked so much when I was growing up, I had to teach myself everything. I had to teach myself how to walk, change my own diapers. But you know, my boyfriend taught me about the birds and the bees. I didn't mind that.
And in the racist Deep South, all blacks had to look out for themselves. One wrong move could mean a beating or even worse.
And back in them days, honey, white folks walked all over black people. Literally. I know it happened to me when I was 13. My mother and I were waiting for a bus when a white woman came by. Good morning, Miss Mabel. How you doing this fine day? Pamela, girl, what's wrong with you? You see this white woman? You better get on up. I wanted to thank you again, Miss Mabel, for giving me one of my 7 jobs. Can Pamela help you with anything? Yes, she can. There's a puddle here, and I don't want to get my feet dirty, so can she lay over it for me? Yes, ma'am, Miss Mabel. You know, this is the type of stuff they taught us at Colorado Technical University, where I got my degree, but back in those days, that's what black people had to do.
Pamela attended Le Noir Lycée, which in English means the Black High School, in underground Mississippi. There at the Black High School, she met and fell in love with Chico Mañana, a black Hispanic man who would later become her husband.
Yes, honey. He was fine. He told me he was from Cuba.
I'm not from Cuba. I'm from the south side of Chicago. I just talk like this to get women to like me. 10 days after Pamela and Chico got married, Chico went to Vietnam to serve his country.
Hey, don't drop me, Mañana.
Oh, shit. Meanwhile, back in the United States, Pamela started her own group.
Honey, I started me a group with 2 little ugly girls that I met down at the laundromat. I called them the minivans. We were like Albertina Walker in the caravans, except we didn't drink.
For 2 years, Pamela traveled the nation with the minivans, captivating audiences with her fiery style of singing and preaching.
Child, I got so caught up in that singing that I forgot to check on my husband for 2 years. I went to the airport and found out the shocking news.
Dr. King got shot, Pamela.
I know that. We just left Memphis. But what happened to my husband?
Oh, we thought you knew. He's been missing for 2 years.
Well, at least he's not gonna find out about the affair I've been having.
Feeling lonely and depressed, Pamela became an emotional eater. And in 5 years, she gained a tremendous amount of weight. To make matters worse, Pamela was having problems in her own group.
Now, I sent y'all down there to the bank, and they said that the money ain't got there yet. Now, which one of y'all want to get pistol whipped first?
2 weeks later, Pamela was arrested. And in 1974, Pamela was sentenced to 5 years in Mississippi women's prison for wasting the use of a gun.
Honey, that was one of the worst times in my life. While I was in prison, my mama died, and they added an extra year on my sentence.
Pamela was released in 1980 and moved to Chicago, Illinois, where she found the surprise of her life.
Sugar? When I saw Chico's big-head self at that bus stop, I wanted to kill him, but I didn't want to go back to jail.
That same year, Pamela and Chico became charter members of Chicago's Selah Methodist Church. Sister Pamela and Brother Chico, I want y'all to start a music ministry here at the church. You know people don't come to hear no sermon anymore anyway. The church grew so much that we had to move locations twice, and by 1985, Pamela wanted to get back into the music business. Pamela released her first album, live from Cook County Jail, featuring her new group, the Evangelicals, comprised of her husband Chico and their friend Jumbo.
I really did not want to be in the Evangelicals, but I did it so I could stay in the country. But she still owes me money from that first record in 1985. I want my money.
And in 1987, after 21 years of marriage, Pamela and Chico called it quits after Chico didn't let her finish a sentence.
Oh, you ain't just gonna cut me off when I'm trying to talk. Get your broke ass out my house. And when I divorced Chico, them bastards put me out of the church and let him stay.
So Pamela started her own church, and after 8 years of fundraising, they moved in. The Pentecostal AME Love Assembly Church, better known as the Pamela Church, became the fastest growing congregation on Chicago's west side.
And last Sunday, when Michael Jordan, and the Bulls were playing the Utah Jazz, they were trying to block his shot, but he crossed them over, That's how you gotta do your enemy, You gotta fake to the right, come back to the left, and shoot the J,
In 2006, I went to the doctor because I felt something hard on my chest. Doctor, do I have breast cancer?
Nope, that was a mosquito bite. And in 2010, Pamela and her congregation moved into a new building with a new name, Church of the Future, in Olympia Fields, Illinois.
Yeah, I see y'all reading gossip, but you ain't reading your Bible. Don't worry about Mimi and Nico and Nene and Portia and Kenya. They going to hell. I want you to get your soul saved. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Dietrich Haddon said it best. We finna have church on the moon.